Cowork has 12 documented features as of May. Most people who use it weekly use 3 or 4. They open it, run a couple of tasks, and stop exploring. There is nothing wrong with that. It is what most people do with most tools. But 4 major features shipped between February and April: plugins, scheduled tasks, dispatch, and computer use. If you adopted Cowork in January, you have not touched any of them. And several launch features most early users skipped on day 1. Custom skills, project memory, the full connector library, Real Excel. The next 13 minutes give you the 10 you are probably not using yet, what each one is for, and the one to set up this Saturday before your second cup of coffee. One quick orientation before we start. Cowork went general availability on April 9th. Earlier framings as a research preview are out of date. You can run it on Pro, Max, Team, or Enterprise, macOS or Windows. The features below all ship at GA. Anthropic's own framing on the safety guide still stands, and we will get to it near the close. Cowork is not for regulated workloads where every step needs an audit trail. For everything else, here is what is in there. Most users opened Cowork in January, ran a few tasks, and stopped exploring. The interface looked like Claude Chat with file access, so they used it like Claude Chat with file access. That is the misread. Cowork shipped 4 major features in the next 3 months: plugins on February 24th, scheduled tasks on February 25th, dispatch on March 17th, computer use on March 23rd for Mac, April 3rd for Windows. That is Anthropic's fastest platform expansion ever for a research preview, then GA on April 9th. If you have been running the same 3 tasks for 4 months, you are using Cowork at about a quarter of what is in there now. The 10 features below are the difference between treating Cowork like a smarter chat with file access and treating it like a desktop work platform you can actually ship recurring deliverables out of. Group 1. 3 features that shipped after launch and changed what Cowork can do. 1. Computer use, direct desktop control. Claude controls your mouse, keyboard, and screen. It can open apps, click buttons, fill forms, browse the web, and operate any GUI app the way a person would. This is built on Anthropic's March acquisition of Vercept, the team behind a remote Mac control agent called Vi. Their work pushed Sonnet 4.6 from under 15% to 72.5% on the OSWorld benchmark. That is the test that measures how well a model performs real desktop tasks, near human level on spreadsheets and web forms. The way Claude decides what to use is layered. First, it tries the direct integration. If you have a Slack connector installed, it uses that. If not, it falls back to the browser extension. If that does not work either, it operates the app the way a person would. See the button, move the cursor, click. Use case: a marketer needs pricing from 5 competitor sites and 3 of them have no API. Computer use opens each one, screenshots the pricing page, drops the numbers into a spreadsheet. The hour you used to spend on this is now 8 minutes. Limit: your computer must be unlocked, the app must be visible, and Claude takes screenshots while it works. Banking and healthcare apps are blocked by default per Anthropic's safety configuration. Read that one carefully if you have any doubt. 2. Dispatch. You pair your phone to your desktop one time, and from then on, you can send tasks from your phone that Claude executes on your laptop. Setup takes about 4 minutes. Open Claude Desktop, click the Cowork tab, find Dispatch in the sidebar, click Get Started, toggle file access and computer wake permissions, scan the QR code with the mobile app. Done. Picture the scenario. You are walking between meetings on Tuesday. You remember the Friday competitor scan did not run. You pull out your phone, type the task, hit send. Claude runs it on your laptop sitting on your desk. Multiple parallel tasks supported. 3 or 5 at once if they do not depend on each other. Limit: your computer has to stay awake and Claude Desktop has to stay open. If your Mac sleeps, the task halts. Plug it in, close the lid only if Keep Awake is on, lock the screen if you must, but do not let it sleep. Use case: for a consultant, you are flying back from a client visit. The weekly status memo template needs to be sent at 8 Monday morning. From the airport, you fire it from your phone. By the time you land Sunday night, the draft is in your shared folder. 3. Plugins. pre-bundled packages. Each plugin contains skills, connectors, and sub-agents wrapped together. Anthropic's framing is that plugins customize how Claude works for your role, team, and company. At GA, 10 department-specific plugins shipped: marketing, sales, finance, legal, HR, engineering, design, operations, data analysis, plus more arriving on the new Plugin Create platform. You install the marketing plugin and you get the marketing-tuned skills plus the marketing connectors plus marketing sub-agents in one click. Financial services plugins ship separately because of compliance. Use case: you spent 15 minutes last month manually installing 6 connectors and writing 2 custom skills. The marketing plugin would have done that in 30 seconds. Honest framing: plugins bundle existing capabilities. They do not replace the human deciding which capabilities to bundle. The marketing plugin is faster than installing 6 connectors yourself, but the decision to need those 6 is still yours. Group 2. 3 launch features most early adopters skipped. 4. Scheduled tasks. Type/schedule in any Cowork task. You get hourly, daily, weekly, weekdays, or manual frequency. The brief becomes a recurring run. Common automations: a daily briefing that summarizes Slack, email, and calendar from the past 24 hours. A weekly competitor scan, a file organization run every Sunday night that sorts your downloads folder. Anthropic's verbatim limitation from the scheduled tasks help article: scheduled tasks only run while your computer is awake and the Claude desktop app is open. So this is for work hour automation, not midnight cron jobs. Use case for a PM: you ship a sprint recap deck every other Monday, set it to run Sunday evening at 6. Linear tickets and GitHub PRs from the past 2 weeks pulled into a deck in your team format. 15 minutes you used to spend Sunday night, gone. 5. Custom skills. Cowork ships with built-in skills for documents, presentations, and analysis. Most users only use those. The hidden capability is that you can make your own. The pattern Jeff Su walked through on his comprehensive Cowork tutorial is: run a workflow once manually, get the output you want, then ask Cowork to save it as a reusable skill. Now you can invoke it in any future task. Use case for an analyst. Your variance report has a specific structure your CFO reads. Run it once. Save it as a skill. Every future variance report inherits the structure without you re-explaining it. 6. Project memory. Projects in Cowork let you group related tasks into dedicated workspaces. Each project has 4 pieces: instructions you write once, context like local folders or URLs, Claude references, scheduled tasks scoped to that project, and memory. Anthropic's exact language from the project's help article: memory is enabled for Cowork projects. This means Claude can remember context from tasks you have run in a project and apply it to future tasks in the same project. Most users never even create projects. They just run one-off chats. That is the whole reason this feature gets skipped. The entry point requires you to think about your work as a project, not as a chat. Use case for a consultant: your Friday client memo has decisions baked in over time. The format your client likes, the phrases you use, the angle you avoid. Project memory carries those across runs without you re-explaining. After 8 Fridays, the project knows your client's preferences better than a junior analyst would. Group 3. 3 hidden specifics most users do not realize Cowork does, plus the 10th. 7. Real Excel files with working formulas. Not the downloadable artifacts you get from regular Claude Chat. Actual files written to disk with VLOOKUPs, conditional formatting, pivot tables, multi-sheet structures. Anthropic's exact phrasing on the Get Started page is: generate Excel with VLOOKUP and conditional formatting. Use case for a financial analyst: you build a quarterly model, you ship it to your CFO. The formulas work in their copy, they do not have to recreate anything. The pivot tables update when they paste in new numbers. The reason this matters more than it sounds: most teams have given up on letting AI produce Excel because the chat versions break in real spreadsheets. Cowork writes them as files, not as text-imitating files. 8. The 38 plus connector library. Most users install Slack and Drive and stop. The catalog is much wider. Confirmed connectors include Salesforce, Snowflake, DocuSign, HubSpot, Outlook, OneDrive, SharePoint, GitHub, Linear, Figma, Airtable, Box, Zoom, Teams, Asana, Jira, Confluence, plus specialized ones, FactSet for finance pros, Free accounting for Japanese small business, aiwyn for tax, Cointracker for crypto reporting. All free. OAuth for auth. Permissions respect your underlying account. Honest framing. Specialized connectors like FactSet or Free are useful for specific industries, not everyone. Do not install them just because they exist. But before you assume Cowork cannot reach a tool you use daily, check the catalog. The list is wider than the launch review suggested. 9. The multi-step parallel task queue. The hidden pain it solves is clock time, not work time. Most senior pros work in serial. You ask Claude to scan 3 competitor sites, you wait 15 minutes, you ask the next thing, you wait again. 45 minutes of clock time on 3 tasks that each took 15. Anthropic's launch blog stated the alternative directly. You can queue up tasks and let Claude work through them in parallel. 3 or 5 tasks running concurrently as long as they do not depend on each other. The 45 minutes becomes 15. Use case for a marketer. Friday morning, you have 3 deliverables that do not depend on each other. A competitor scan, a metrics digest from 3 dashboards, a Monday meeting prep brief. Send all 3 at once, read them in sequence while they ran in parallel. The work that used to fill your morning fits in your first cup of coffee. 10. The built-in safety safeguards. These are documented in Anthropic's Cowork Safety Guide and most users never read it. Explicit per app permission before Claude opens any new application. Prompt injection classifiers scan content before execution to prevent malicious instructions hidden in documents from steering Claude. Halt mid-task with one click. Banking and healthcare apps blocked by default. Screenshots taken during execution. This is the 10th feature because it is what makes the other 9 usable. You are letting an autonomous agent operate your machine. The safeguards are how you keep that bounded. Skip reading them and you are driving a car you have never checked the brakes on. The boundary on top of the 10. Anthropic's safety guide is verbatim about this. Cowork activity is not captured in audit logs, compliance API, or data exports. Do not use Cowork for regulated workloads. If you work in compliance review, due diligence, or any space where every step needs to be on a paper trail, that work goes to Claude Code instead. Same Claude underneath, but Code keeps the step-by-step printed on screen and exportable. The 10 features above are powerful exactly because Cowork is autonomous. That same autonomy is the reason it is not the right tool for audit work. 2 more honest edges. Specialized connectors are for specific industries, not everyone. Plugins bundle existing capabilities, they do not replace the human deciding which capabilities to bundle. Saturday morning, before your second cup of coffee, pick one of the 10 that matches your most recurring weekly deliverable. If you ship a competitor scan or weekly digest every Friday, set up scheduled tasks, type/schedule, set Friday 7 a.m. 8 Fridays from now, you will have 8 runs of compounded learning. The project memory carries forward. If you bounce between 4 apps every Tuesday morning, install the matching plugin. If you send tasks from your phone walking between meetings, set up dispatch. If you ship Excel files to clients every week, stop downloading artifacts from Claude Chat. Use Cowork. Real files with real formulas written straight to your folder. 1 feature, 1 recurring deliverable this Saturday. Do not add a second until that one has run for a month. The compounding is in the consistency, not the breadth. The link in the description drops the Cowork Feature Audit one-pager in your inbox. All 10 features with a 1-sentence what it does and a 1-sentence when to use, plus the matching grid for which feature fits which weekly deliverable. Type features into Skool and we send it. Inside Agent Skills Academy, our community of mid-career professionals building skills for their actual Tuesday work, we run a weekly Cowork feature review. Members bring the feature they set up, the rest of us pressure test the use case. Joining is free. Every file from this episode lives in the classroom there. In the comments, drop feature plus the one you are setting up this Saturday.